Hey, welcome back to Diablo 2 Resurrected as the Necromancer. In this episode, we are going to explore past the Dark Wood, make our way to the Black Marsh, and take on the Forgotten Tower. Probably, I don't know if we're going to be getting beyond that very much, but that is what we are going to go ahead and do. Where is the way to the Black Marsh? There it is, way over there. Okay, so that's where we are going to be heading on our way to. I don't want Decrepify. I want Amplify Damage. That is what I desire to have. Now, the cool thing is that our Iron Golem has a pretty cool ability right now. It has a chance to use a Frost Nova upon striking. So I'm going to see if I can keep our good friend Iron Golem alive as long as physically possible, because that Frost Nova upon striking is pretty neat. It is pretty helpful, and I very much dig it. That's a Joe Staff. I'm going to go ahead and pick up that Joe Staff. That could be potentially sold for a decent amount. So let's go ahead and make our way over to where we got to get to. It's pretty great. Do we have any shaman anywhere? Probably so. I wouldn't be surprised if we did. Now let's go ahead and raise our skeletons into reality here. And we have some skeleton minions right off the bat here. These freaking skeleton archer minions, they are such a threat. They always have been, and they always will be. I am not a huge fan of archer minions or archer elites. They always have been a serious problem, and I am not a fan of them. I have never been a fan of them. In the last episode, they caused us serious problems. So, can we please just get them out of our face as quickly as physically possible? That would be super appreciated. But if I can just keep on decrepifying them, I feel like we're in pretty good shape. Even though my Iron Golem is literally doing 0 damage to this skeleton archer right now. So let's go ahead and hope that we can get this skeleton archer to actually deal some damage, or take some damage from, you know, anything. Okay, here we go. There's some full rejuvenation potions there. I will gladly take those, as well as some super healing potions. I'll take those as well. Even though we did lose all of our skeletons in the process of doing that. But that's okay. We have plenty of corpses to raise our skeletons off of. Ooh, there's a unique large siege bow there. I will gladly take that. There's nothing wrong with taking that. Take that. What's in the hidden stash? All right, no, nothing. Can I actually raise some freaking skeleton archers? Is that something that I can do? I think I am gonna actually do that. That is something that I think I will do. Now, I am going to go ahead and try to avoid, well, I don't know, maybe we do want to fight Treehead Woodfist, just for the experience, in all honesty. I think I might want to do that, just for the experience that we can get for fighting him. But we shall see. We shall see what exactly we want to do when we're done fighting this set of minions. These frickin' minions, they're always archers. It is always skeletal archer minions. Doomhead the Hammer, he's spectral hit, cursed, and extra strong. Of course he is. Of course he is. They're always cursed and extra strong. Why wouldn't they be? They always are. These frickin' skeleton archers, they are always cursed and extra strong. Why wouldn't they be? Why wouldn't they be cursed and extra strong like they always are? So, Razan, can you take care of this thing in a relatively quick fashion? Is that something you are capable of doing before you die? That would be super nice, but that doesn't seem to be something you want to be doing. It seems to me that you want to be dying. So, let's go ahead and save you before you do die. I would be super pleased if you didn't die. Would much prefer if you lived. Much appreciate your survival. Is there no more corpses to raise my skeletons off of? There we go. That's what I like to see, is some corpses. Ooh, and there's our first rune in quite some time. We're not really finding runes all that often anymore, but we found a pretty powerful one there with the shale rune. That's pretty cool. So I suppose I'll hold on to that shale rune, especially since we're kind of low on runes in general right now. So I'll go ahead and take as many runes as physically possible here. That's pretty cool. Knockback. I might save that, in all honesty. 6%, 80% chance to open wounds. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and... I know I just said that I like what our Iron Golem is raised off of, but I think I'm going to raise him off of that, in all honesty. That's what I think I'm going to do instead. That's what I think I'm going to do instead. I like that. I like the whole idea of raising him off of that. But I'm going to go ahead and save this siege bow, because I like that. I like that siege bow. I think it's nice. I think it is nice, so I think I am going to go ahead and save that. Okay, let's go ahead and get some healing potions here. Grab some healing potions. Now, I think we are capable of fighting Treehead Woodfist. I think we are entirely capable of fighting this son of a gun. I mean, the last time we fought him, it was relatively easy to kill him. And just like the last time, it was quite easy to kill him, so... I am quite pleased to see we were able to get the very quick and easy experience for killing him. So there we go, there we go, there we go. Let's go ahead and raise our skeletons back. Thank you very much. And now let's make our way to... Oops. Puke Maul the Mad. Stone Skin, Spectral Hit, and Cursed. Good old Puke Maul. It's a battle staff. Can I even pick up that battle staff? I certainly can. I'm kind of low on Town Portal Scrolls now, so I think I'm going to have to buy some of those. I'm thinking that I'm going to have to buy some of those before we go to the Black Marsh. So that is definitely something I am going to do, I think. Is buy some of those. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and buy some lovely, lovely Town Portal Scrolls before we get caught without any. Nope, don't reset skill points. That's not something I want to do. 20,000 for that, 2,000 for that. Buy some Town Portal Scrolls. Thank you very much. That's what I like to see. Put it in our stash. So we have some lovely, lovely monies. Hello there, Lone Carver, with a friend. So I guess you're not all that lone, are ya? Alright, let's go ahead and raise some skeletons and make our way to the Black Marsh. Welcome to the Black Marsh, ladies and gentlemen. This is where things are going to start getting hellish. Of course, things have already been pretty hellish here in Hell difficulty, so... this should be no shock to anybody. That shaman was being attacked by my skeletons, but he found it necessary to take the time, rather than attack us, to raise his good friend Carver that was there. So he is quite the dedicated shaman to his craft. Oh no, Vile Drool the Hunter. He's extra strong, cold enchanted, and fire enchanted. How terrifying. But I think we can actually... Ow. But I think we can take care of him relatively easily, and we certainly were able to, thanks to our Thorns damage. Our Thorns damage is coming in very, very useful here. I can still do only 5 of those. Okay, there's a chipped sapphire. I suppose I'll take that and sell it. A fire shrine, I suppose I'll grab that. There's nothing preventing me from taking a fire shrine. And hey, look at that, we're able to find the Forgotten Tower relatively quickly, which is cool.
This place reeks of death.
This place reeks of death, it certainly does. Okay, let's get this thing started. I'm not entirely sure how long all these places are going to be in Hell difficulty, but you know what? We will give it a go. Super healing potion, I'll take that. Take a super healing potion, because we need that. Oh no! Right off the bat, we're dealing... Ow. This is going to be hell. What do we have here? I can't tell. I can't tell. Blackheart the Impaler. Mana Burn, Lightning Enchanted, Magic Resistant. Oh no, my Iron Golem died. Damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it. Just after I raised it off of something pretty powerful. Frickin' hell. Oh well. Oh well, I suppose we'll just have to find something else to raise it off of. That's the unfortunate thing about the Iron Golem, is that you never really know how long it's gonna survive. Alright, go ahead and raise it off of that, I suppose, because it's, you know, damn life stealing, because, you know, life stealing is a good thing. Gonna go ahead and decrepify these ranged attackers, because that seems like it would be a smart move. Ranged attackers and decrepify are probably the smartest thing to be doing. I would like to think that decrepify would be a smart move with ranged attackers. So that is what I am going to be dealing with here, is decrepify. But the problem is they keep running away, which is causing me significant issues. But that's okay. That is okay. As long as we're able to take care of the minions, we're able to start focusing on Blackheart. Blackheart the Impaler, that's a pretty unique name. Like, are you supposed to be here, or are you just an elite that exists? Not entirely sure. I am not entirely sure. Let's go ahead and raise our skeletons here. Any more corpses, or are we stuck with 5? I suppose we're stuck with 5 until we can kill this here minion. And this minion as well. Man, there were a ton of minions here. Holy cow. A bit more minions than I think were necessary. Alright, let's go ahead and get our skeletons back. Oh no, are there, yeah, there are, ghosts. Ghost elites. Whoa. Star Touch to something or other. I can't read it. I'm trying to read it, but I can't, because they're all grouped together into one. So I can't read what the elite is. Star Touch, it's Star Touch the something, but I can't tell. And there goes Razan. Frickin' hell. Frickin' hell, dude. Why does this have to happen, man? Why does such things have to happen like this? Man, why is he taking so much damage? This thing must be extra strong. That's the only thing that I can imagine. It's the only way he's taking so much frickin' damage, is that this thing is extra strong. It's extra fast and cold enchanted. So for some reason, he's just taking a huge amount of damage from something that's extra fast and cold enchanted. I'm not entirely sure why, but hey. It certainly is something that's happening. Ah, man. Oh, he's immune to physical. No wonder it's taking so long to kill him. Okay, fantastic. Oh man, why? Oh man. Of course he's immune to physical. Of course he's immune to physical. He would be immune to physical. Are there 2 elites here? No, it's just this. Oh, it's because we're also dealing with elite blood clans. That's also what we're dealing with. So I'm going to try to do this as slowly as physically possible. Because I need to try to do this in such a fashion where I don't attract too many elites at one time. Oh, the ghost minions are immune to physical as well. That could be a problem. No wonder this is causing such an issue for us, is because the ghost minions are also immune to physical sometimes. Steelthorn the Jagged. Can we kill Steelthorn the Jagged before he causes us significant problems? That would be super appreciated. Okay, you guys, I want to be able to do this as slowly as possible, so we're dealing with as small a crowds as enemies as physically possible. So let's try to take on these groups of enemies very, very slowly. That would be much preferred. That would be much preferred if we're able to take on these things slowly but surely. So let's go ahead and do such things as that. Let's take on these things slowly but surely, so we're leaving the elite alive. That would be much preferred. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and raise some skeletons here. Raise our skeletons and get ready to take on the elite, now that we've taken care of most of the minions.
The order welcomes you.
Okay, let's go ahead and do this here. Let's go ahead and do this. Yeah, this is exactly what we like to see. We're taking on the minions first, which is what we prefer to be doing. It's definitely what we prefer to be doing, is taking on the elites the minions first. Because the main problem we were encountering was we had way too many enemies attacking us at one time. So now we're in much better shape. We are in much better shape now that we have much less enemies attacking us at one time. So that's much better. This is much more doable than it was previously. So thank you very much. Thank you very much, video game, for allowing me to do things a little bit differently. I much appreciate you. So now we can actually do this without, dying a painful death. Most preferably. So there we go. Okay, so we were able to take care of that. That took a little while, but you know what? We managed. We somehow managed. It took a while, but hey, we were able to do it. But that was only the first level of the tower cellar. The first set of elite minions in the tower cellar. So I'm a little bit scared about what the rest of this has to tell us. Just a little bit scared about what the rest of this has to tell us. But you know what? We're not going to be too concerned. We're just going to make our way through this and get all of the lovely, lovely experience points that we get for fighting all of these enemies. We just have to be pleased that we're fighting elites, because all of these elites, again, give us tons of experience points. So we can't be too upset about the fact that we're fighting elite enemies, because again, they're giving us lots of experience. It's a pain. They're a pain in the neck, but at the same time, we are leveling up as a result. So let's go ahead and try to clear out all of this so we can actually get all of the experience points that we can get for clearing out the Forgotten Tower. That's more or less what we like to see. Oh, so ghosts are immune to physical occasionally. Like they don't have to just be minions. It's just in general ghosts are sometimes immune to physical. That's a potential problem. That could prove to be a potential problem in the Arcane Sanctuary, actually, in all honesty. That could definitely prove to be a potential problem in the Arcane Sanctuary. So let's hope that that doesn't turn into too much of an issue. But I'm anticipating that that could be a future problem. But let's not worry about that too much right now. We are quite a ways away from that, so let's not worry about that right this second. Yeah, these places are going to be a bit bigger than I had originally anticipated them to be. Of course, I kind of guessed when we first entered this area that they would probably be a bit large. So let's not be surprised about that. Let's not be surprised that these places are a bit large. But the good thing is that curses like Amplify Damage and Decrepify, they make immune to physical not as bad as it could be. So let's go ahead and just utilize Amplify Damage as much as physically possible, because that's really the best thing we can possibly do in this instance. And having Thorns damage also helps significantly, so let's go ahead and use that. Let us go ahead and use all of that. Hello there, Dead End Room. How's it going there, Dead End Room? You certainly exist. Yeah, so these tower cellars are going to be huge. They're going to be absolutely huge. I can just tell by looking at this one. I can just tell by looking at this one that this is going to be huge. Man, these ghosts are a real problem, man. These ghosts are a serious, serious problem. The fact that they are immune to physical is a serious threat. A serious, serious threat. And I am not a big fan of them. Not by any stretch of the imagination am I a fan. Oh no! This is exactly the opposite of what I wanted to deal with. The exact opposite of what I wanted to deal with. Let's go ahead and get our minions into the room here. Let's get our minions into the room so we can actually fight them more efficiently. But I suppose what I want to do now is buy some town portal scrolls so I don't get caught without any. And now we can take on these guys. Sin Maim, extra fast, cold enchanted, and fire enchanted. Yeah, see, this is turning into a problem. Razan is dying way too often. This is turning into a serious, serious problem. I just do not have the money to spend on reviving him, and he's dying way too often. So let's do something a little different here. Yeah, look at that. He died in about a quarter second there. I think I am really considering making a change. I'm going to be entirely honest with you. I am really considering making a change. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm going to make a change. I'm gonna go ahead and grab Gwynny. That's what I'm going to go ahead and do. I need somebody that deals range damage, because the main problem that we're encountering right now is the fact that our mercenary is getting right up into the fray, and because they're getting right up into the fray, they are dying in about a quarter of a second, which is not necessarily what we want to see. So if we can have a minion that actually, you know, stays alive and stays away from the fray, that would be super appreciated. Gosh darn it. But the problem is that she doesn't have any armor, and all the armor that I can buy costs like $1 million freaking dollars. I suppose I'll go ahead and buy that. Just to give her some basic defenses. Just to give her some basic defenses. But the problem is, man, I don't know. This is going to be... This is not going to work out as well as I want it to, I don't think. So let's go ahead and inch our way towards this elite. Just inch our way towards this elite. Again, not having Thorns damage is going to be unfortunate for us. But having range damage is going to help. So let's go ahead and make use of this range damage and see if Gwynny can be helpful for us with her ranged attacks. Because again, the main problem that we keep encountering is the simple fact that our mercenary keeps getting into the fray and dying in like 2 freaking seconds, which is not good for us and not what we want to have happen. Can I actually take down these blasted freaking Spectre ghost things? Can I actually take these things down eventually? That would be super nice. I just don't have the money to spend on reviving my mercenary as often as we keep having to revive her. But so far, using Gwynny seems to be a smart move. So let's go ahead and keep on using her for the time being. Let's go ahead and do Vitality. And what are we going to do for a level up? Who's to say, man? I don't know. Let's go with, I don't know. Let's go with, Skeletal Mage. Let's go with that. Let's go with Skeletal Mage. Maybe that'll work. Maybe that'll get the job done for us in some capacity or another. Maybe we can get the job done with that. Sinmane, you're going to be damn near impossible to kill. Let me just tell you that right now with words of the English language. You are going to be damn near impossible to kill. But I'm going to do my best anyways. That's all there is to it. Is there another... There is another minion sitting in that room. Which is not necessarily what I like to see. And I'm not a fan of the fact that you're immune to cold. Not at all. Not a fan whatsoever that you're immune to cold, because I have a cold enchanted archer. God, that took way too long. That took way too freaking long. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to probably cut this video and record another one, because we've spent our entire freaking lives here in the first level of the tower cellar, so I'm probably gonna have to cut this video and record another one in order to actually make progress through this, so that's probably what we're gonna have to do. That's probably what we're gonna have to do, is cut this so we can actually make progress next time. So that's probably what we're gonna do. But let's go ahead and clear out the rest of this before we actually do that. Let's go ahead and clear out the rest of this before we cut this video. Yeah, her freezing arrows are going to be very, very helpful in all honesty. So if I can keep Gwynny alive by keeping her away from the fray, that would be, you know, absolutely much appreciated. The only issue, though, is that she has those freezing arrows, which shatters my enemies, which is making it more difficult for me to raise my skeletons, but at the same time, those freezing arrows are very, very helpful, so I'm not going to be upset about freezing arrows. But okay, let's go ahead and get the heckles out of here. There's still a little bit we have to discover. What's over here? Is there anything over here? Not much. We got some caskets over here, which is pretty great. Caskets with some money, which I will gladly take. But alright guys, that is where I'm going to go ahead and cut today's video. So thank you for watching this episode. I really, really hope you enjoyed it, despite all the fact that we spent a lot of it just fighting really annoying elites. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe if you did enjoy it. I will see you guys next time when we do our best to actually complete the tower cellar and hopefully not spend the rest of our lives in one sub-level. But as always, guys, I really do appreciate you watching. I will see you guys in the next video.